Welcome everyone. So far we have looked at the definition of information system and how approximation space of information system is connected. Now we will look at one of the important concept used in information system, which is known as indiscernibility relation. So what is indiscernibility? So we are not indiscernible means we are not able to recognize something clearly. So we will look at why it is called indiscernibility relation. So and why we are not able to identify clearly, because the two item are same. So we cannot distinguish between their two items. Suppose I am saying that a person X has 10 rupees and person Y also has some 10 units. So if we want to identify based on the unit 10, so are we able to clearly say that X has 10 rupee or Y has 10 rupee? No, because both have the same amount. So we are not able to clearly say about the object X and object Y, or item X and item Y. So in that way it is indiscernible. Okay, so now I have already provided the definition of relation, which is a subset of R is a subset of the cardinal product of the universe, right? So in indiscernibility relation, we will look at two aspects. One from the relational point of view, which is this aspect, and second from the attribute point of view, because that approximation space of information system, which we have already defined, is U by A, where A is the set of attributes. So we will look from both perspectives. Before moving into indiscernibility relation, there are few assumptions which I would like to make. So assumptions. First assumption is has already been mentioned quite a number of times, which is the object, the universe. We are not taking the entire universe but a subset of the universe. So first of all we are concerned about the object. So we will take few objects from the universe. So X, which is a subset of the universe, this is the first assumption. And the second assumption is since we are taking the limited number of objects, so the attributes corresponding to that objects will also be limited. So that in that sense also we are making a restriction on the attributes. So here we call the set B, which is a subset of the set of attributes A. So here are the two assumptions. One is about the objects and the second is about the attributes. So and this is about the objects. As I have already provided that the definition of information system, which is not only a concern concerned about objects, but also attribute, and also the value corresponding to that object and its value, and the mapping between the two. So we are covering all that here. So this is, now let me define indiscernibility relation. So this is the approximation space of information system, and these are the assumptions. So indiscernibility relation is denoted as IND with respect to approximation space AS, and we are only concerned about the attribute set B. So the definition goes as, we are picking two objects from these two objects X and Y, which belongs to the cardinal product of the universe. As we are only concerned about the binary relation, so we will take only the cardinal product between the two universes. So X and Y are elements. These are the elements which we have picked from this set of universe U. So this is one condition, and for all attribute A, belonging in the set B, the value of attribute, that is the A of X, must be equal to A of Y. So here we are covered. This is about the relation, and this is about the attribute. So here we are in indiscernibility relation. We are not only concerned about the objects, but also the value of the attributes. So this is the definition of indiscernibility relation. We can also we also represent indiscernibility as this, because it is clear that we are taking the approximation space of the universe and the attributes, and we are not taking anything else. Hence, we are omitting this approximation space whenever we write indiscernibility relation. So next, we will look at how information system is being represented. So here we can see that in information system, I have given some idea about the tabular form. So why it is tabular form? First of all, information system which we are concerned has the orientation similar to the idea of relation in RDBMS. In that, the data is being represented in tabular form. I am not saying that it is the exact same, but from the analogy point of view, you can consider that relation in RDBMS is being represented in the similar fashion in information system. So information system the data in the information system is being represented in the tabular form, where the rows are represented where the objects are the, first of all let me define what are the objects. So objects, here the set of universe are from P1 to P6. So my objects are from P1 to P6 M, and if I consider the value with respect to the gender, here gender, so the attribute set A, attribute sets are gender, hair color, eye color, hair color, eye color, and age group. So these are my attributes set A. So what are the values? So values of, suppose I am taking BA of gender. Of the attribute gender, so the values are male and female. So these are the values, and the which I am representing with white color is known as the tuple. So this is known as the tuple. So you can also see in relational database, the tuples are the set of all attributes comprising of objects, and is the set of objects and attributes. So in relational database also tuple is represented as in row wise. So in information system also, rows are known as tuples, and the columns are known as the attributes. Columns are attributes. So if we look at the approximation space, so here I am considering objects from 1 to 6 out of the infinite possible objects. I am considering just the 6 objects. Here P1, P2, P6 are the ID of the patient. Here this is the table that I am representing is of the patient. So from the infinite possible universe, we are just considering only these 6 objects, and out of those 6 objects, but here in our case the 6 objects is only the universe, and out of those 6 objects we can pick any of the objects and look at what are its value and something else. So here I have shown about the information system. Now whatever we have discussed related to relation is applied to the indiscernibility relation as well. Like we defined equivalence relation of object X with respect to relation R. So here in indiscernibility relation, this gets replaced as equivalence class of object X with respect to indiscernibility relation, which is, and also to note that this is also known as B indiscernibility relation. Why it is known as B indiscernibility relation? Because we are just concerned about the only the B attributes, not the complete set of attributes, but these attributes which are which which belongs to the set of B. So hence it is called as B indiscernibility relation. So this is being represented in the normal this is being represented in the about the equivalence class, and here this is being represented in in indiscernibility relation. So similarly, the quotient set which we have represented as U by R in the normal rough set theory with respect to the equivalence relation, here just we are replacing that with the indiscernibility relation. So here we are representing as a quotient set of universe with respect to indiscernibility relation with respect to the set of attributes B. So if I want to define about the indiscernibility equivalence class of indiscernibility relation with respect to attribute B, the same definition which we have discussed in the equivalence class is being repeated, but the relation is with respect to indiscernibility relation. So I am considering another object from the set of universe such that X, which I have already considered, X is also is related to object B with respect to indiscernibility relation. So this is how it is being represented, equivalence class in the indiscernibility relation. Also to note that the indiscernibility relation also follows equivalence relation. Otherwise the partitioning would not be possible. So the relation which we are concerned in the indiscernibility relation is also an equivalence relation. And now since we are dividing the objects based on the attributes, so the definition which I have provided for the lower and approximation space will just in that there is a slight modification for the information system, like I have defined as that X of, now here we will consider equivalence class with respect to indiscernibility relation, which will be a subset of the object X, and also it's a union. So it's a union of X of which will be a subset of X for all X, Y belonging to universe. And similarly for the upper approximation, that will be relation. So similarly for upper approximation, we are going to write it as union of X for all objects X and Y belonging to that we are considering, and with respect to indiscernibility relation, and must be disjoint with the set X. So must not be equal to phi. Union of all the rough set for all the objects in X, and boundary region also we will work the same. So if I want to write this as in the form of, suppose if I want to partition this, I will write it as U. First of all, I will write with respect to indiscernibility relation. I am just concerned about the age group. Age group. So based on age group, what we can see that there are three values: young, middle and old. So if I write it at age group, but we cannot write it based on the age group, we can partition that based on the age group as this part. So this is for the young, old and the middle. So what are the objects present in the, what are the objects which corresponds to the age group young? So it's P1 and P3. So we will write as P1 and P3. So here I have partitioned the universe into three different equivalence classes based on the attribute age group. So based on age group young, based on the age group attribute young, I have classified the universe into P1. I have divided the universe into P1 and P3 set, which is classified as young. Next we will look at old. So if we can see that P5 and P6 are classified into old. So P5, P6. And what about the middle age group? So middle age group, we can see that it is P2 and P4. Similarly, we can do for the all the attributes. And now if suppose I am combining more than one attribute, age group and gender. So how the partition will look at? So first of all, we will have to make young male, young female, old men, old female, middle man, and middle female, middle-aged female and middle-aged male. So if we look at, so we will combine two of attributes set. We will combine gender and age group and look at that. So first of all, male and young. So P1 is having the attribute male and young. So it goes into male and young. So P1 goes into this set. Next, we will look at female who is young. So female who is young. So we cannot find any female who is young in this table. So we will write it as 5. Now we can write it as 5. Old age man is P6 and old age female is F5. P5. So old age man is P6, old age female is P5. Middle-aged men are P4, only P4. So P3, here P3 is also there. Here. Middle-aged men are P4 and female is P2. So like that we can divide the universe into different partition based on the indiscernibility relation. Here if we look at this example, now if we consider only the attribute gender, here based on the attribute gender, P1, P3, P4 and P6 are not, we are not able to distinguish between them. If I take that gender and say that male, so we will not be able to identify who are the patients. But if I say that I have this patient and I need to classify, I need to have a look in the gender, at value of the gender in the gender attribute, then we will be able to classify it properly. But based on the attribute, we cannot classify the object. But based on object, we can classify the attribute. So in information system, we are not concerned, we are concerned very less about the object, but we are concerned more from the attribute point of view. So if I write it as indiscernibility relation with respect to gender, so I can write it as male and female. So this is P1, P3, P4, P6. P3, P4, P6. Now with respect to the female, we are classifying as P2 and P5. So we are able to partition based on the attribute set. So similarly, we can work out for all that, and we can also look for the lower and upper approximation set.